can't say I can't be motherly.
I feel like me and you are on the same page with this because I don't know how to explain to my wife or to a woman how to be it, because I feel like I get the same answer, which is I don't know anything about women, so I shouldn't talk about it. I shouldn't suggest, hey man, why are you being a man right now? Or why are you not being a woman right now?
Even that conversation, right? Women are more emotional than men, right? These are not.
100%.
I'm saying it. I'm not making this up. These are facts. These are like truth. Like you
Oh,
can tell me
trust me,
21.
I can't wait to go into this with you right now because I'm so happy to have another
We,
fucking individual
we could
who
put up.
thinks
We
the
could
same
put.
way I do.
That was the whole point of testosterone and estrogen. These are all these chemicals. These are real chemicals in your body,
Yeah,
right? Women have more estrogen, correct?
100%. Yeah.
Okay. So those are emotions. Testosterone is a different emotion, right? A
Yeah.
different type of feeling, right?
Yes.
So we're gonna have those. You can't eliminate them. Even if
Nope.
I pump you up with estrogen, there's gonna be a point where your body's just not gonna accept the
100%.
same. Okay, you're not gonna go tit, right? You're
No.
not gonna do these things, right? A
No.
man, you can pump a woman with testosterone, she's not gonna grow a beard. So these things are real shit. They're real good. Motherly nature, like an animal kingdom. A, a, a
Yeah. So
female
that's what
lion,
yeah.
female lion is not gonna go defend the pride. She's gonna get the male lion to go do it.
True. Real talk. And the thing is the weird part about it is I can't, I feel like sometimes I can't have a discussion with my wife or with a woman when it comes down to trying to figure out, hey man, it's okay to have that womanly attribute where it's take care of my cub, where it's make sure that we can, it comes off sexist no matter how I look at it, right?
No, it depends on how you. I think how you frame
How
it.
I look at it.
No,
Yeah.
no, how you frame it. Like you could
Yeah.
frame it to somebody and be like, you know, you're supposed to stay home, wash dishes,
No,
and watch your
that's
kid.
1960s, right? That's
I'm just saying,
1960s.
some people still think like that too. And then
I don't.
some women want to do that. Right? Some women are okay with doing it, and that's fine. Just like there's some
I'm not
women that
cool
want to
with
go to
it.
work and pursue a career. If
I
you
don't.
could tell your wife right now to stay home and not work, she would
She would.
not go to work.
She would not.
She would stay home. She would. If you had the
Oh yeah.
money,
She would.
this
Yeah.
podcast
Yeah.
was if it was $1 million podcast,
She
she'd
would.
be home not doing
She would. She'd be home. My thing is the fact that I'm able to bring in the money I do, be successful, be happy, make sure that the kid's fine. I'm a good dad, right? Like I'm cooking, cleaning, organizing, designing our entire place, right? I do all the things, and it doesn't really make a diff, dude. Because if I do all that, make sure she's up to date, even though she didn't even know human, like the garbage can human touch when you could, or like stainless, like I'm showing her the new technology where you can throw trash out, right? Like I'm that detailed, and still I get this I'm not good enough. I'm still not good enough. And I feel like maybe I might never be good enough, bro. And it's what's bugging me about marriage is like, is marriage really being with
it.
somebody for the rest of your life? Is that the thing?
But this is the thing. You're putting expectations on yourself, and you're on her to make you feel a certain way,
Right.
right? So
Right.
she's like this. I say this all the time. Nobody can mess my feelings, right? People could say whatever they want to say. None of that shit bothers me. The only two people that would bother me from and hurt me the most would probably be my son and
Yeah.
then my wife, right?
Yeah.
So their words can actually like poke at me, right, or bother me, especially if they say something about something that I take dearly, like being a father or the husband. So those things can bother me, right? So, but on the other hand, too, I have to know, that what I'm doing, as long as I can, I feel like look at myself and see I'm doing the right thing, kind of like look back at myself and make sure, like I'm
Yeah.
not doing it out of selfishness or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I said most people are selfish anyways, but um, you got to kind of go off of that, and you can't like base it off of she's gonna make you feel a certain way, even though you can get into that feeling. I just
True.
think you gotta let that go and just do your thing. But you gotta make sure you're doing the right thing too, because you know what I mean.
I'm
Just
not,
because,
I'm not always doing the right thing though. It's the thing. Like I have to. Sometimes I feel like I have to take into consideration besides being an alcoholic, right, or drinking all the time, or smoking, or working my ass off every day, right? Like these are all things I know I have to kind of make. Have to. These are the things that are important to make this whole thing work, right? But overall, if I don't, I feel like if I don't say it to her, she doesn't appreciate it, right? So maybe it's my bad because I'm trying to tell her, like, bro, I'm doing all this stuff. Like, can we just like get along? Are we okay? Like, why are we fighting? Like, what's the issue? Sometimes these things, like, it's not enough for the person you're with. And I feel like I'm just trying to hold on. Like, marriage is tough, dude. It's not an
Work.
easy thing.
It's a job.
It's a job, bro. And
Work.
I try to consider it as not a job. I try to make it like a fun thing and like a
It's not a
vacation. I try to make it like a fucking vacation every fucking day, dude. It never works out.
yeah,
And
because you
she's like,
deal
yeah,
with
but by the way, you still fucked up here, and you like, oh my god, like, it's like, why are you not doing
some,
this?
this is not a conversation like that. That me personally, I'm not a marriage counselor. You know what I mean? I can't really know, but I'm just saying, as far as those things have to be like, if things are being said, then they need to be confronted, but they need to be confronted at that time and regarding, how they made you, whatever made you feel about stuff, right? But then after that, you can't, you know what I mean? Like, you just can say, like, you know what, that bothered me when you said
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's true. That's fact.
But you gotta
Now,
take it like that.
what about what the fuck is going on with the world, bro? Because we have a lot of shit going on that we
Every
ain't
day.
talking about right now.
Every day. Every day
What's
there's
the
something going on.
yeah?
Um,
What's the new thing? What's the next thing, bro? Because there's a lot.
oh, we
It's
got,
weird.
they push in this election time. They got like Jeff, they put whatever. But see, the thing is, you can't go on what's going on in the media all the time because, like I said, they frame stuff their own way, man. Like they push what they want to push. Whatever's gonna make. Which I'm not mad at them. It is what it is. That they got business to run, so they need to get it. But I think like people need to also make sure that they, don't take everything word for word for what people say, especially if it's coming from the media, any type of CNN or Fox News or whatever. Like I say, you take one and take the other, and then the answer somewhere in the middle. But you got to find out for yourself, especially in the world of technology. I think we were talking about last time about like the back in the days news, like Tom Brokaw and 60 Minutes and these guys. Thought these guys were like the Jesus, right? They were speaking the truth, the holy truth, but they could have been lying too, man. You didn't have no sources to balance them off of, man. You didn't have like Tom Brokaw was 60 Minutes. That's your news source, right? You couldn't go on the internet and look up the same story from 10 different places and then balance them together. You had to just go off Tom Brokaw, right? I say him because he's like, was the famous one. Any of those people that news anchors back in the days. So you couldn't like balance them then. You had to take them for their word. They say Vietnam was a hellhole, and Vietnam was a hell. You know what I mean? Whatever they said. But now you have so many sources. I just think people get lazy, man, and they just accept it, especially if it's something that feeling wise they can, uh, you know, understand. Feeling wise, then they're just gonna go with it, right? They're gonna go with that narrative, even if it's not the truth. It could not be the truth, but they ain't even gonna check. You're not even gonna check for it. And I, you know what I mean? I don't go like that.
I
I want to
agree.
be.
It became like a lazy media. Like I was saying before, which we shot a podcast earlier, but it didn't really work out. But it's weird because they come off like they know what they're talking about. So you take a journalist or a news anchor or whatever, and they attach themselves to a YouTube journalist who's not a fucking pro, and they look at YouTube, Instagram, whatever it is, and they try to find a way to make it their own. And they go, okay, well, I came up with the idea of this new idea on how this Black Lives Matter things works, or they look at certain things and they go, I'm not sure how, you know, uh, it's weird. It's weird how they siphon their news now, and I feel like we can't trust them anymore.
Well, no, but like I said, you can't take them word for word. That's all. Because some of the stuff they say might have some facts to it. or it might stem from truth. But then when they
True.
give out numbers, some of those numbers might not be, you know what I mean? You could probably find numbers that would kind of like go against it, or numbers that would be different. It's just what they took it from. They don't really talk about their sources too much. They don't talk about the source of it, or like I told you, we said about before was like, I've read articles, and the whole article, I mean, the title of the article was like, all right, man, that's crazy. Then you go to read the article, it's nothing about the title,
Yeah.
right? Or if there is
Yeah.
something about the title, it's totally opposite of what the title is. Or there's even facts in there that disprove the title, right? Like this many deaths is happening from this, or this is happening from here. And then you go to read it and it shows the numbers. It's like I remember I told you the other one, the leading cause of death, right? It wasn't the leading cause, it was the sixth cause, right? Like where does leading start and stop? Does leading start from first to six, or does leading start as like the top three? Like what are we talking about? But you led the article with leading cause. Where does leading cause go? To seven to eight? Is leading cause 10? So if it's the 10th thing on the list, it's leading cause still? I don't know where it stops at. Right? If there's only 10 things and it's number six, is that a leading cause, or is that just one of the causes? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
leading would be one or two to me. Like who's leading the UFC like welterweight division? You gonna name all 10 people? I'm like gonna name like the first three people, bro. You know what I mean? Like it was just crazy. Like and people they do those articles so that you could see it and you like, oh, and you click on it and you want to read it. And but some people don't read it. Some people repost it. They don't even read it. They just post it, and you go to comment on the article and tell them that it's not this. Oh, no, 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 no. It is what it is. But I think a lot of people go that route. They're getting
Just
lazy.
just UFC alone. Think about this, like the top 10, right, or their top 20, or their top list. It's like who's the top guy? You can't. You're looking at weights, right? You're looking at different people who are fighting every. They're busting their ass. They're doing their thing. But you look at like top 10 and you're saying weight class wise, and you're going, what? Like, what? Who's the fucking top of what now? Because you could put a John Jones in a heavyweight scenario and say, who's the top 10? He's probably the best in the world, right? So how can you base Mo? I'm way too drunk to do this right now, dude.
I think
I
I think
told
we're gonna
you.
I think we're gonna pause this recording. We're gonna go. We gonna have to go
I
another day.
told you, man. I told you, bro. Like I'm too fucked down.
These rants, usually these rants go somewhere, and then now these rants are going to where they just like top
It's not.
10. Who's the? I don't even know who's the top 10. I don't. Like we talking about leading cause of death, and you talking about UFC's top 10. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just letting you go. I'm thinking you're gonna bounce it back. If you wasn't drinking, you'll
I
bounce it
told you
right
I'm
back.
too trying.
If you wasn't
I'm
drunk,
trying.
if you wasn't drunk, you would have bring it back to leading cause of death or something. But nah, I think you lit.
I'm too fucked up to even go with this
I'm gonna cancel this
interview.
recording.
Yeah, we done, dude.
If we would have got the first one, we would have been good. This one right here is like you
Yeah,
going
the
on
first
some
one, I was
like
like in there, I was in the pocket, right?
you
And
just
then
doing.
now I'm like, okay, well, third drink
Well,
down.
let me show you my plug I just did that my wife
Yeah.
doesn't like, and I'm like, what the hell are we talking about, bro?
The
Wife
cool
in
part
the
about
house,
this
show
is
me the
that
cord.
it's our medium. So let's say we were both on the same drunk medium, right?
I get
I like
drunk, but
movies. I like action. I like horror. What I was telling you earlier was when it comes to VOD or theater, this was bothering me, bro. Because like, what the fuck do we do? Like, I miss going to the theater, and when we were kids, man, that's what we did. We went to the movie theater, man. I,
that's gonna come back.
I'm very passionate about movies. Like think about the last time we went. What did we watch? We watched Thor together, right? At the
I fix it.
iPic, bro. Like it means a lot to us, man.
What silver spot? Was it silver spot? It was one.
It's frustrating. Like I know the COVID shit and everything that's happening, but I just don't want it to affect how we take in our media, man. It's fucking frustrating, man.